So an atrocity happens, a murder happens, police brutality happens, and now you're asking yourself, what do we do now? What do we do now? What is the work going forward? What can I do? Well, can I prosecute the cop in court? Not unless you're a lawyer or you get hired for the gig. Can I do anything? Like, can I rally a protest at the Capitol? Or somebody's already doing that. Oh, okay. So the idea right now I want to talk about is agency in civic engagement. And then also, what is your definition of civic engagement? Earlier we talked about language and kind of redefining your own narrative. As when I was speaking in the video to young black people, this is to everybody. And when we talk about civic engagement, you're handed a few tools that you can civically engage with. You can vote. You can, show up to Capitol Hill, and you can run for office, or you can do certain things that will get you politically involved in the actual fiber of our government. So there's that. However, there is an amazing saying from a friend of my father's, who they worked together with the Socialist Workers Union in New Orleans back in the day. And his name is August Nims. He's a sociology professor at the University of Minnesota that I took a few classes from. But he said, how did he phrase it? He said, people will tell you that voting is the ultimate means of civic engagement. And then I will say to them, well, how do you think black people got the vote? And so the idea is that women, black people, people of color weren't able to vote at all times, but still got civically engaged in a way that was maybe not seen as civic back then. Maybe not seen as civil. Maybe not even seen as engaged. It might have just seemed as, a legal anarchy. And when you look at, political icons of the past, or people that disrupted the societal norms, in the past they were seen as, criminals. Today we celebrate them as historical icons. So the idea of what you've been sold as civic engagement may be something that is just simply hegemony. And hegemony is a word I find it fascinating. A white teacher once told me that his black students don't trust him. And I said, why? He said, well, the history of hegemony. Do you know what that means, Tucson? I said, no. He said, if I want you to be quiet, I will put my hand over your mouth. But if I want you to be quiet for the rest of your life, what I'll do is I'll put your hand over your mouth, hold it there for so long that I pull my hand away, and now you're just holding your hand over your mouth. And he said, this is why my black students don't trust me. They think that I'm trying to get them to silence themselves, get them to correct their own bodies, get control of their own bodies, which is a whole nother narrative we can get into later on. And when we talk about what have we been conditioned to believe that is engagement, it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear that we believe there is a way to get civically engaged, to get politically engaged. However, there's the next step. There is the next step. And it's the thing that you haven't thought of. It's the thing that you don't feel comfortable with. It's the thing that you're afraid of, that you might be a little fearful of. I think it's extremely important to investigate what that is. Maybe it's showing up to the protest even if it's raining. Maybe it's having the conversation even when you feel uncomfortable. Maybe it's posting something even when a black person hasn't been killed by the cops. Maybe it's standing for an idea even when the idea isn't popular right now. It's not trending on Twitter. It's gonna have to be inconvenient for you. It is. It absolutely is. And it's going to be uncomfortable, and it might be dangerous. But the idea is that you're doing it for rights you believe in, for civil rights you believe in, for humans that are not being treated like humans. So if you stand for that, just in your mind, you believe that, then that's got to be something that you continually show up for, right? It can't just be, oh, well, another black guy got shot, I might as well show up to the rally, then disappear for the next, well, however many months happens until somebody films a black guy getting shot by the cops or killed by the cops. Bear in mind, the only reason why why we even know about this is because it was filmed. The only reason why we know about this to the extent and detail is because it was filmed. Okay? Like, let that sink in really quick. If it was not filmed, would you be this fired up? If it was not filmed, would you have shown up to the protest? If it was not filmed, would there have been a protest? You have to engage with the idea of this path maybe not being convenient, maybe not being at the time when something, when an atrocity happens. You might have to show up just for the sake of showing up, to preventative measures. And I really, really would love for you to really kind of investigate what that path is going to be for you moving forward. Because for everybody, this may have lit a spark for them. Oh, this is the fire that's, gonna light this city up, and people are gonna start, doing good work and making changes. Maybe this has been happening for a long time. Maybe this has been some people's lives, like me. And this isn't just an event. That was Monday. Now today's Wednesday. And it could happen at any time. It could be me. It could be a white woman calling the cops on me for not social distancing. It could be anything. And you really have to engage with what is that path going to look like even when it's inconvenient. And so I don't think we need to wait for the next atrocity or tragedy or murder to happen. I don't think we need to wait for it to trend. I don't think we need to wait to make a post. And I also don't think that we need to make a post. And I don't think that we need to show people the video. I think we already know what's happening. And so if you already know, then what's posting going to do? What is the real work going to be for you? Write about that in the comments below. I want to hear what you feel the real work is going to be for you going forward. And I would love to get a discussion going about that, because I think a lot of people really want to know. They really want to know. And I think it also could be an issue where you may be asking the question, but do you really want to know what the real work is? Do you really want to challenge yourself with it? I think that's another question to ask yourself as well. If somebody's had an answer for you and they say, what do we do now? Here's what you do. Would you do it? Do you want to get your hands dirty? Do you want to, get a protest going? How willing are you? Think about it. All right. Write down in the comments below what you think the real work is, and then also, some of your apprehensions about it, or encouragement about it. I would really love to hear about it. And we'll keep these videos going, and thank you so much for watching. And I hope you're doing well, and we're definitely going to see you in the next video. See ya.